Hey, I'm ZDW Warrior, and this is Buffing a Pokemon. I talk about buffing Pokemon through giving them stat increases, ability changes, move pool updates, and even go over some new movesets. And today we're talking about the mascot of Pokemon, Pikachu, and its evolution, Raichu, both its Kanto and Alolan counterparts. The reason why I'm also talking about Pikachu here is because of the Light Ball, which allows Pikachu to be somewhat useful competitively. The Light Ball essentially gives a 50% increase to Pikachu's attack and special attack, allowing it to hit a bit harder than Raichu. But it's also frailer and slower than Raichu is. So you have that, along with that you also don't have Focus Blast, but that's beside the point. Essentially I'm talking about Pikachu because it can be competitively useful, but Raichu is a bit better. Now, how Raichu is commonly used is as a support Pokemon, utilizing Lightning Rod to Electric type moves, Nuzzle to paralyze your opponents, and Fake Out to flinch them. As a sweeper, Raichu is outclassed by Pokemon such as Electivire, Manectric, and Jolteon. So for the most part, this is mostly just buffing Raichu as a sweeper. Alolan Raichu is a bit more of a sweeper than base Raichu, but I'm still just talking about buffing them as sweepers, partially just because there's not much I can add on to them as support. Now, starting off with Pikachu's base stat totals, I say giving it a base 60 special attack to even out both its physical and special attack, and a base 100 speed would definitely help. This would allow Pikachu to be more threatening competitively, and whenever paired up with Tailwind or Sticky Web, it would definitely be a major threat on teams, seeing as how it would still hit harder than Raichu, because obviously the Light Ball increases your current stat and not your base stat total. Now moving on to Raichu, giving it a base 105 in both its attack stats, although this is 100 and 110 for Alolan Raichu, and base 120 speed would definitely be a benefit for both of them. This would allow them to outspeed base Manectric, and they have a bit more coverage for their move pool than Jolteon does. When compared to Electivire, you are still a lot faster and you have access to an attack and Fake Out, although you're not going to have Electivire's massive attack set or mad coverage. Now, this episode isn't going to have an ability segment, as I don't really feel like the abilities need to be touched, outside of maybe giving Alolan Raichu Lightning Rod, but that's about it. Honestly, I feel like they're completely fine as they are for their abilities. I don't think that they need any more, and I don't think that they need to be changed. So, that's how I currently just feel in the situation. So we're going to be going on to move pools now. Now, starting off these moves, I say we start off with U-Turn. U-Turn is a very useful move as it allows momentum to be given to a Pokemon. While yes, Raichu does have Volt Switch, it is still useful to have as there are no Pokemon that are immune to U-Turn. Along with that, there are also Pokemon such as Pachirisu, Emolga, and Togedemaru who also get both Volt Switch and U-Turn. Another move to help physical Raichu, Play Rough. Play Rough would allow coverage for Dragon-type Pokemon, and it would get this through breeding, seeing as how it is in the Field Type group, and a large some Pokemon in the Field Type group can get Play Rough, so why not? Being a Fairy-type move, it does allow for a large sum of coverage, and it can lower physical attack, which is very useful for a Pokemon who has very low defenses, such as Raichu. The last of the physical-oriented moves I want to talk about is Belly Drum. Belly Drum cuts your HP in half for maximizing your attack, and you would obviously get this through breeding with a Pokemon like Meryl. Essentially, this is kind of just a risk-reward move that could be fun on a Raichu set, and I could see it being utilized with an attack like Quick Attack. Now, moving over to Raichu's special attacks, and this one most of you are probably expecting, Surf. Surf is a great move for any Electric-type Pokemon, being as it would cover their Ground-type weakness, and Pikachu's line has been noted with the Surfing Pikachu thing. It's always been treated as a special event, but I think that by this point, it should really just be turned into something that the Pikachu line can just get through normal means. I mean, heck, Alolan Raichu is based on the whole Surfing Pikachu, so I don't see why not. Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon, so I don't see why it couldn't be given this very special move. Now, Ancient Power. Ancient Power is a move that has a random chance of increasing all your stats, and I just like moves like this, you know, the not really a great move, but it has a 1 in 10% chance of increasing all your stats, so it should be a bit of fun putting on your Pokemon. Raichu does breed with Pokemon such as Dunsparce and Togetic who can get Ancient Power, so I don't see why it couldn't get through breeding. Again, mascot could have special purpose here. And now, time for the Alolan Raichu exclusive, Shadow Ball! Shadow Ball is a move that most Psychic type get, similar to how most Ghost types get Psychic. And Alolan Raichu does lack coverage for both Psychic and Ghost type Pokemon, so could be beneficial to Alolan Raichu. I also want to talk about some moves for Cosplay Pikachu. I know Cosplay Pikachu is not currently available in Sun and Moon, being that there are no contests, I mean, hey, there is that Pikachu building that we saw in the first trailer for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so maybe it could potentially come back, and please, for the love of God, come back. Like, it's stupid that Eternal Flower Floette is in the code for Sun and Moon, you know, that thing that was never given an official event. You can only attain it through hacking, but Cosplay Pikachu, that thing you can actually attain in-game, and you have to get, you can't transfer to Sun and Moon. That's so dumb. Anyway, for the moves for most of them, I think that most of them have okay attacks. For Rockstar you have Meteor Mash, Libre you have Flying Press, and Bell you have Icicle Crash. For the two I would make changes to, being Popstar and PhD. Popstar, Draining Kiss does make sense as a move, but Draining Kiss is just terrible. Now, I think that it makes more sense to just buff Draining Kiss to a base 80 power move, although weakening its health recovery back a bit to 50%. I mean, this is not Oblivion Wing we're talking about. It does not need to be overpowered, and not many fairy types even rely on this as a weak fairy type move to begin with, so boosting it to base 80 would definitely be beneficial, so just give it the Leechy Life treatment. And now PhD, the one that they for some reason gave Electric Terrain to, even though Raichu has access to that through breeding. Whose decision was that to give it Electric Terrain? I don't know. Let's not give it Electric Terrain, let's instead give it Electrify, a move that currently only the Heliolisk line can learn. I mean, hey, only Hawlucha has access to Flying Press otherwise, so I don't think that that's too out of a mind of a reason. Anyway, Electrify turns your opponent's next attack into an Electric type move. So, seeing as how Cosplay Pikachu always has Lightning Rod, oh, would you look at that? That will always force a switch out. But I mean, hey, that's still a good strategy, and I could definitely recommend it for Cosplay Pikachu, especially seeing as how PhD is still the definite worst of them. Now, before I even get started on the moveset, I just want to say this, unless you're utilizing a Alolan Raichu, your Pikachu or Raichu should always have Lightning Rod as its ability. Static, its other choice and ability, just is not that great. Raichu gets a move in Nuzzle, which deals damage and always paralyzes your opponent, except ground types, which most of the time ground type moves don't make contact, so there's not really a good reason to recommend that. Even if you're not utilizing that special attack boost, I can still say you should always just run Lightning Rod as it can redirect the electricity, and again, just gives you an immunity. Now this cluster of movesets right here are all basically the same, so they're all just getting the same entry. Basically, you run either Fake Out, Nuzzle, or Protect, depending on how you want to screw with your opponent, utilizing Volt Tackle as your main damage dealer, Play Rough, Brick Break, Iron Tail, or U-Turn, and if you're utilizing Cosplay Pikachu, Meteor Mash, Flying Press, or Icicle Crash. You run Raichu with either a Life Orb or a Focus Sash, and all the Pikachus you run with a Light Ball. Here we have some special Pikachus and Raichus with either Thunderbolt or Discharge as your main damaging move, carrying the attacks Fake Out, Protect, Nasty Plot, Volt Switch, Nuzzle, Surf, or if you're a Raichu, Focus Blast, if you're an Alolan Raichu, Psychic or Shadow Ball, if you're a Popstar Pikachu, Draining Kiss, and if you're a PhD Pikachu, Electrify. Now, you could call this set, I guess, a Belly Chew, utilizing Belly Drum. Thunder Punch is your main attack, either Fake Out or Protect, depending again how you want to screw over your opponent, with either Quick Attack, Play Rough, or Brick Break. You could also swap out Fake Out and Protect for another damaging move, and you'd run this with a Mango Berry. You could also run this for Pikachu, but I wouldn't recommend it as much. Here we have some choice Raichus, carrying Thunderbolt, Surf, Focus Blast, and Volt Switch, or Psychic and Shadow Ball and Alolan Raichu, utilizing either Choice Specs or Choice Scarf. This here is a bit more of an annoying set for Popstar Pikachu, utilizing Volt Switch, Fake Out, Nuzzle, and Draining Kiss. It's just meant to be an annoyance. You could run this with a Wiki Berry or Leftovers. And finally, here's a physical choice Raichu, utilizing Volt Tackle, Brick Break, or Iron Tail, Play Rough, and U-Turn. You'd run this with a Choice Band or a Choice Scarf. Now you could also try running Alolan Raichu EMZ on Alolan Raichu for Thunderbolt if you want to maybe pack a bit more of a punch. You could also run Charge Beam or Hidden Power Ice on any of the special sets, I just forgot to mention it. And of course, you can run Focus Sash on all of these sets as well. I mean, hey, what are you to expect? This is the mascot of Pokemon and their evolutions, so I see that giving them more viability as sleepers could make sense. But I mean, hey, I don't know what I ever say could ever happen, and hey, again, just speculation. So anyway, I'm Z-Dragon Warrior, and peace. Zach here, giving an update as to why I haven't uploaded in the past week. Basically, I've just started school and essentially I'm just kind of lazy right now. Also, non-Pokemon related videos I've been working on, they've been taking a bit longer to script than I thought they would, so that's why this is being uploaded. Anyway, if you want to know, my next buffing video is going to be the Ice type video. I'm not going to say every next video in the end segment, but I'm just going to say that right now, as I don't know whenever it will be uploaded. I also want to make other Pokemon videos that don't relate to buffing, but I don't want to do top 10s, and I don't have the equipment for Let's Play. So, if you have any ideas, I guess leave them in the comments. I don't want to ask for comments commonly, so, you know, I guess just leave any if you have any ideas. So anyway, now the video shall be ending